Which is the better camera, Canon or Nikon? In this video, let's explore the two cameras and which one might be a better fit for you. I'm Girish Menon, and I just show up on your screen and start talking about photography. I post new videos on wildlife photography all the time. Please subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss out. It's important that we compare cameras with similar specs. In this video, let's talk about the two most affordable Canon and Nikon cameras for bird and wildlife photography. Of course, there are cameras that cost much lower than what these two cameras cost, but their specs are not good enough for wildlife photography for various reasons. Some of the main aspects, the key aspects that we need in a camera for bird and wildlife photography, for any kind of fast action photography, is that we need a super fast autofocus speed, as many focus points as possible, a robust, well-built camera body, among other things such as a fast burst speed, things like that. And the Canon 7D Mark II and Nikon D500 check all these specs. That's why they are two of the most widely used cameras for bird and wildlife photography. Camera to camera, there's no real difference that I find between the two. Not sufficient enough to choose one over the other, but there are a couple of points that I wish to talk about. The Canon 7D Mark II has 65 autofocus points, and all of them are cross-type points. Cross-type points focus more accurately than linear focus points. That's because they look for focus in two planes, whereas linear points look for focus in just one plane. So the chances of nailing focus in difficult, challenging situations such as low light or when clicking rapid action increases dramatically when we use a cross-type focus point. The Nikon D500, on the other hand, has only 55 focus points, and only 35 of them are cross-type. The 7D Mark II lets you select a smaller focus area within the focus point for higher precision. So the Canon 7D Mark II is the clear winner when it comes to the number of autofocus points. As far as autofocus speeds go, I don't see a significant difference between the two cameras. They are both super awesome. They are both built like a tank. One of the major things to consider if you're a bird photographer is that Canon does not offer us an affordable 500mm lens for DSLR cameras, whereas Nikon have two, the 200-500 and the 500 5.6, which are both super awesome lenses. So if you're a bird photographer, that extra 100mm reach from 400 to 500 is absolutely critical for bird photography, because very often even 500mm is not long enough. So 500 is the bare minimum that I need. Whereas if you are on a tiger safari, a jeep safari, where you encounter wild animals much closer to you, larger animals much closer to you, that extra 100mm, that wider extra 100mm on the Canon 100-400 Mark II lens might be a better option for you. But as you develop your wildlife photography further, you might consider investing in a second camera body with a 70-200mm lens. So that way you'll be covered all the way from 70mm right up to 500mm if you have Nikon gear, which is way beyond the reach of any Canon camera, any affordable Canon lens, I should say. We have entered the world of mirrorless cameras, and mirrorless cameras are getting more and more popular by the day, and camera manufacturers continue to push for us to purchase their latest state-of-the-art mirrorless cameras. But mirrorless cameras are a lot more expensive, in fact very expensive at the moment. So if you're an emerging bird or wildlife photographer, someone who's just starting out, probably it's a better idea to invest in maybe even a used DSLR camera and learn all the tricks of the trade before you invest in a mirrorless setup. Irrespective of which camera you invest in, it's important to learn all the features and functions of the camera so that you end up clicking super awesome pictures in any situation. I can help you with that. I facilitate one-on-one photography workshops over live Zoom calls where I'll show you everything that you need to know to click super awesome photographs of wildlife. At this point in time, I've taught photography to over 10,000 photography buffs. In addition to these 10,000 super awesome individuals, I've also facilitated workshops at schools, colleges, and corporate establishments. If you'd like me to come and give a talk or do some workshops for your institution or establishment, please get in touch with me and I'll be delighted to come and meet you. We'll talk about the specs of your camera and set the visible and the invisible settings so that you never miss out on those spectacular photo opportunities. Please get in touch with me for more information about the workshops and courses that I offer.